Good evening. Welcome to the final Boss Draft League. I am your wonderful, faithful host, Aaron Church Solomon, here to bring the action, bring the breakdowns, and see how the rest of this season has been going. Here we're entering into week 3, day 1. The match that we'll be streaming today will be Don Dor Gency versus Think Rev Think, Captain Lesser versus Jackie. We've already had the submission of the rosters in for this match. I can run them down for you so everyone's aware of what we're about to get into. On the side of Don Dorigency in the top lane will be Fox, Evil Lobster in the jungle, Data in the mid lane, Branny Fan in the bot lane with Griffin. On Think Rev Think, we'll have Striker Jones up in top lane with Majnu in the jungle, Jackie, the captain, in the middle, Oing and Rue rounding out the bot lane. The point differential here is pretty close, with a little bit of favoring over to Think Rev Think, maybe with the help of Striker Jones' tier 1 point value swaying the scales here. And it looks like we're getting on into our bans. A Kha'Zix and a Lucian taken out on one side and the other. Jax, so reducing things that Striker Jones does not want to play into, maybe even the Jax in the jungle. Viego is a consistent ban in this league. I haven't been able to run through every line of stat, but Viego gets banned out quite a bit in this league. I've given some calls. I've actually been able to catch up with Lesser on the side. Jackie's an easy cat in this league to talk to, so easy messages with him. But Lesser on the side of Don Dorigency, this is a feel good, a bunch of friends playing together, trying to have a good time, play some League of Legends, while Captain Jackie and his team of Think Rev Think are looking to take the whole trophy. This game will have very different themes for how these teams want to play. With Branny and Lobster in for Don Dorgency, I would really expect a lot of action either out from the bot lane. There's the Ashe being first picked here for Branny. Or we're going to have Evil Lobster picking a carry jungler of a sort. Tivon, when they arrive, will be very upset to probably see a Graves on our screen. That is my high prediction for how things are going to get picked here as we roll through into draft here. First pick on blue side by I think RevThink was the Seraphine, and the Ashe stolen away by Don Dorgency paired with the Milio. And we're taking our time here. So we're going to bring in an Olaf here, really enabling the Olaf-Seraphine combo for the Olaf to just run in and run down Data or Fox on whatever their picks are. Really kind of going to be a very strong interest for how Don Dorgency wants to handle the disparity between their solo laners. We've seen a lot of it inside of this league where top laners can end up being major carry factors in how teams play. So there's going to be a significant challenge on the top side of this map for Don Dorgency to match up with a tier 3 in their top, a tier 1 in their jungle, and a tier 3 in the mid lane. It's my hope that Evil Lobster, I believe he's taking this Trundle, will be able to coordinate some ganks and get themselves ahead and really get into a 1v9 carry potential situation. That's really what we're going to be looking for on the side of Don Dorgency. Brandy Fan may be able to get to a potent place if this Ashe really gets far ahead, but that is not an expectation. Ashe is not a hyper carrier. They're far more a utility kind of AD carry. But we will see how things develop them from here. These drafts get very strange with the wide variety of skill sets in this league. All right, and there's some more bans coming in here. The Ivern banned out by Don Dorgency, so limiting what kind of jungler can come in. I would expect the Olaf to be in the jungle, but that might be an Olaf top lane. I have to check and see here. Let me give it a look-see. Bans coming through here to finish them off. Ezreal, LeBlanc. I'm looking around to try to see but I'm having a sneaky suspicion this Olaf is going into the top lane and into the hands of Striker Jones. And a mid-game overpowered Olaf is a scary, scary sight that cannot be stopped. Referring to his ultimate Ragnarok, but also referring to the playstyle of what is the Axe Viking of Runeterra. The Lissandra will be taken away from Data, so removing playmaking, removing perhaps some of their best picks. Next pickup, Anivia. So Dondor Gency getting themselves a control mage for the mid lane. It's been nice. It's actually really nice that LeBlanc got taken away to reduce the amount of problems that could be experienced by Dondor Gency. But that just feels like Think Rev Think doing Lesser's team a favor. So I'm just looking at a little bit of history here for the summoner names, the match history for Striker Jones. The Vladimir ban is probably something that we should be expecting going forward throughout the season. A lot of wins on that inside of the at least known 3. Apparently some Varus top lane has been in there as well. Final lock-ins for Think Rev Think come in. We have the Jarvan and the Ahri. I feel this is where I think we're getting more and more confirmation. I believe we are locking in our final pieces here. That Olaf is going topside, and this Ornn will be matching them. Fox going to have their hands full trying to keep the Olaf off the turrets and from running rampant. This can go pretty well, but the CC from Ornn will be quite ignored inside of any major fights. And this should round everything out here. That should be a Trundle in the jungle for the side of Dondor Gency. Evil Lobster looking to go to Troll Town and run some people over. I know it's a very different state of the game, but I can tell you that a fully fed Trundle in ARAM is a monstrous sight to behold. But now that we've got the rest of these rosters rounded out, we're going to throw to a break. We will see you on the Rift. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I've been joined by Kaloth, or what was the other nickname for you, my friend?
Kalo's fine. Kaloth. Well, they're all fine.
Gotcha. Well, we're getting ourselves in here. Looks like there's a little bit of some jungle shenanigans here by TRT. And a little
Yeah,
spicy start.
I'm looking at the draft right now since this is like I haven't had too much time to digest what's going on, but I am definitely more in favor of blue side at the moment. I like their comp significantly more, especially with like the Ornn nerfs that went live a couple patches ago, or that was like 2 patches ago now. I don't think Ashe has gotten too much, and Smolder got DFT, so that's like kind of massive. Does Ari also run DFT? What is Ari running right now for Keystone? Oh, is it yeah, DFT? I see it now.
Yeah.
And this is also like a hard counter match up top side.
Well, yeah, and the scaling on the side is really in favor of TRT altogether. The Smolder, the Ari is still a playable champion in the later games via the engage and things like that. The only thing that scales poorly, you could say, on the side of TRT would be the Olaf. But if that Olaf is paired very well with the Encore from the Seraphine, there's going to be trouble in the backline. Branny and Griffin are going to have their hands full trying to survive just the dive, you could say, coming in from the J4, the Olaf running in, and the Ari, if they could find themselves some fun.
Yeah, like Olaf serves like a similar role as Xin Zhao does when you have an enchanter on your team. Like you just run at them and you can't be stopped. Like Xin just can't be hit by his R. And there's actually a lot of bot lane action going on. The Ashe had lethal tempo stacked up for quite a bit, and they are just taking no damage. This Smolder and Seraphine. Is this a favorite matchup for the Ashe and Milio? I don't really know too much about the bot lane.
I'll give that a look real quick here. It's quite a significant difference here. Oing is 33 on the point value system inside of the league, while Brandy Fan is sitting up at 44. So there is a distinct advantage coming out here inside of the level 2 advantage, the level 2 plays here. So quite a distinct advantage is unsurprising, but still sometimes painful to watch here. They've not landed any real trading blows here on the side of TRT. They are getting kind of stuffed in right now.
Fisted. Yeah, they're absolutely getting fisted right now with this harass from Ashe W, and then the Milio heal making Ashe have more attack range, and Smolder is just like he's looking like he's in a bad position. This is like honestly a dive if their jungler path to them. Like I think bot lane is just absolutely cooked.
Yeah, looks like the Trundle is making his way down right now. J4 is going to be there. Majnu able to counter the situation, but they are so low. I feel like one spell auto with a flash in tow would secure a kill here without much tower damage being taken here. Fight over the red buff.
Yeah, this is like heavily Trundle favorite too. Like E comes out Q, right? There we go. Force the J4 flash if he has it. Still, yeah, he still has it.
He's gonna get run down here. His mid lane is not coming for him. That's first blood over to Evil Lobster.
Yeah, he's just greeting that flash for our next game, and it looks like it might just be a dive onto the bot lane if the Trundle comes right now. It looks like he is going, yeah.
They're only going to have 3 caster minions to make this work here. Need the camera to get us into the right position here. The wave is being stopped here. They're trying to actually get the next wave to crash to try to make this happen here. TRT aware of what's trying to happen, but they're going to get themselves bitten and eaten up. Evil Lobster might have overextended here. The heal's going to come in. Griffin saving his jungler's life, but the turret will secure it. Seraphine getting the kill, and now Griffin is in a lot of trouble here. Brandy Fred's going to come over, but I think it's going to be nominal help. You're trying to slow down. He's going to get the kill onto Oing. This is a very good feeding of gold into the right pockets here. Kills on the side of TRT only gathered by the jungler and the support. Majnu is going to have to run away there. So very extended trade out, but it does look like DOG comes out on top of that one.
It's kind of unfortunate too, because like that should have been a pretty clean dive, but it was a Ken wave, so it prolonged the wave getting there, and it just turned into kind of an even trade, as unfortunate as that was for the red side team. I'm not sure if they weren't counting wave for that. Like it should have been a lot cleaner. Like no one should have died on red side, and I don't think not nearly as many stuns should have been forced there.
Yeah. No, entirely. The only thing they were trying to actually overcompensate for, that Lobster's trying to overcompensate for, was trying to get more of a wave in hand that wasn't so easily cleared by the Smolder and the Seraphine to try to set up the dive, which kind of informs the lack of decent timing or wave management to really prime and set up that dive. But things still stay kind of even across the board.
Yeah, it's like actually crazy since Riot made the change with minions feeding to way faster. Like I feel like a lot of people still struggle to know like the timings and this like type of play. Oh man,
fight in the jungle here. Evil Lobster's got a little bit too far. He's gonna knock back Striker Jones to try to prevent the real damage dealer.
He's sunless too.
Vision, but he's out of here. Striker Jones will secure that kill. Blood. First, well, That's going to be 3 and 3 kills now matched.
Yeah. I mean, heck, if red side like keeps this up, blue side might not to get a chance to scale up at all with like Smolder. Like he is pretty far behind in farm, 20 CS down, probably not that many stacks either. I'm guessing maybe 30 at most.
I'm
40.
seeing 17 on his icon there,
Yeah.
far left side.
Oh, I
So
can see it now. Yeah.
yeah, this Smolder is starving right now. That does not scale well. That is Smolder is a win condition as a character, and any delay and the Smolder being able to get stacks, get gold, and just scale up in general, kind of really sets up DDG to do exactly what they want. And it looks like the spot lane is still owning the situation right now. We're at a 25 CS difference here. It's impressive that Oing's even been able to maintain the same level as his opponent.
Does is that Ologo? Is that how you say their name on Smolder?
I believe it's Oing.
Oing? Oh, sorry.
Oinge.
I see it now. I see it now. Yeah. Is he a Smolder main or what's the scoop on this?
Would have to actually look that one up there. I feel like it's a safe pick on account of the point value matchup in the bot lane for how these rosters were going to go.
Sure.
And maybe they need to just make that adjustment to manage what they can and cannot do as we go through the season and you can't really always high value stack. Ankr's going to come out here locking down Branny Fran to prevent them from just abusing this bot lane any further.
Oh, it might be I think he went just a little bit too soon there.
Might be a little bit too much here right now. Griffin's going to get caught out here. Oing is going to be able to get the kill. This is a misplay. Misplay on the side of Griffin going too far.
I guess I was wrong. It wasn't too fast. I thought J4 could have waited another like 1 second, 2 second, or wait for the ward to come out, then EQ. But they still pick up the kill. Good for them. And it looks like the proxying is continuing on the top side. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly, as a top lane player myself. I think when you're playing like into a tank matchup like Ornn, like he struggles to get farm, so you don't really want to proxy too much against him because you're giving him resources, gold, XP. You want the wave to like be on your side of the map. But I don't know, he has Cole, so maybe he's thinking that he can cash his Cole out and look for a power spike and maybe a dive onto the Ornn.
Very possible here. I agree with you entirely. There's been a lot of that kind of play occurring inside of the games that I have casted in this league, where there is proxy farming occurring, and it's not entirely truly punished, and I can't even say that I've seen the proxy farming even lead to stealing jungle camps from top laners that are just really murdering lower tier players. It just doesn't feel like they ever actually really leverage that into a major advantage in sort of map or any major objectives. Is usually like my pushback. If the Ornns are able to, as you were saying, build up their gold, build up their XP, not really ever die, be punished. Like the biggest punishment you can ever give someone in this game is to be dead and be doing absolutely nothing. No gold income, no XP income. You're stagnated, and that's before we even talk about big fight in the bot lane here. Evil Lobster has arrived here. Mom's gonna actually be able to clear the wave here. Now they're gonna have to overextend. Evil Lobster will secure the first kill. Rue gonna do her best to try
to that tower!
Tower is hot, and it is going to burn you alive. Evil Lobster is put into the pot of water and boiled to a crisp here. Eaten
hot and ready, good to go. That is a crazy. Did you see the amount of this like health that he just buffered with Smolder, like the heal plus barrier, and he still got taken out even with the R heal too. That was crazy damage.
Jackie trying to get the kill here. Griffin's gonna have to flash, uses his ult and heal to escape that roam. Getting a little bit of action here, but it's strangely enough, PTRT still holding advantage, still holding the gold advantage. Looks like it's mostly on the top side here. 1.5k gold lead by this Olaf and maintaining good control of their champion. It's like, nope, you can hit me all you want. I will not hit back. I know what happens.
I'm also just not a fan of the Ravenous Hydra build on Olaf. Like, you don't need that. You want the Stridebreaker, man. You are not catching anybody with that between, like, Trundle Pillar, a Nivea Wall. It's just, this is just not looking like the best build, in my opinion, for Olaf this game. I also know that...
This is feeling like a Fiora build out of him, not to cut you off there.
No, yeah, absolutely agree. It's just not... he's at least trying to take advantage of the proxy farm now. Like, it looks like Olaf is taking the creds now, so he's starting to get more.
Side on that, Data hitting the Bloom to spot that steal. So a little bit of a CS advantage being acquired here, and more of that gold lead being put into the pockets of particularly the main carry on this team, Striker Jones.
I'm kind of surprised too with the summoner choice with the Nivea. She's got, oh, here comes some more action. The top lane with the
A little
Warnock
more action.
coming
You're
out.
trying to get some damage here, but Fox is not going to be able to really finish him off here. Ult used, but you need to be using that on the wave, my friend. Here, this is sort of the biggest skill difference I've noticed is in terms of brain power, in terms of what are the decisions being made.
Decision making, yeah.
It's just pure decision making. I've seen this with other players, other top laners that are aware they're on the back foot, where they're a tier 2, tier 3 top laner going into a tier 1, and they're unprepared for the part where their entire job, especially if you're on a really pretty good wave clearing tank like Ornn or Scion as an even better example, your job is to clear waves. You clear waves, make sure you're not too far behind, and then you're there for the team fight. Malphite, another fantastic example. You should be scaling up the abilities that are going to allow you to... Oh, Asher coming out here. Oing's going to be able to actually die. He flashes way too late here, Rue. Gonna be brought very, very low. Striker Jones has arrived. I'm not sure what you're sort of expecting.
Flash, cute.
Land
he's
the
going to pop
axe.
the art.
He's all in. Oh, Brawny fan, you are going to get struck down here by Mr. Jones. Jackie going in for more here. The charm's going to land on the wrong champion. Evil Lobster's going to tank that and make his way out here. Flag and drag. Evil Lobster caught up once again here. Gonna be able to get himself a decent heal, but Majnu able to continue the follow-up, able to secure that kill. And this is going to give Fox topside advantage for a little bit. But I do believe that is what Think Rev thing we're looking for here now.
Yeah, it looks like that the quest is carried out from Olaf, and that's like the only reason I can think of why he would be running down there to try and relieve like pressure from bot lane. Maybe even Smolder is able to farm a little bit more, but I think he's gonna suffer from the quest. Is the Ornn TP going bot?
Yes, trying to match the call here. Yep. What they're doing right now, this is a pretty highly coordinated thing compared to most of what we've seen, especially when you have a very strong top laner. And this is where Striker Jones is making themselves a forever pressure point, and they're actually doing major map rotations that we did not see in week 1 when we watched Think Rev Think on this stream. So now what we're seeing is that Striker Jones is just going to take out the first 2 tier 1s in the whole map, really. Oing going to be caught out again here. I'm sorry, there's not much damage you're going to be able to fire back here. Brandy Fan pocketed way too much here. And Striker Jones is going to get the trade-off kill. The heal is insane here. I understood why you wanted him to have a slow inside of his first major item, but this heal, especially with that W stack, is setting him up to 1v2, and it's only going to get worse from here. Fox, I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to get hunted by the Hound this time here. You will not survive this movie. And this will be the second turn going over into Think Rev Think's pocket.
Yeah, if they can, if red side can keep, or sorry, blue side can keep up this this mid game pressure like this, like where they're just destroying the top lane or taking towers, then maybe they can hold out for late game. Or Smolder has his time to shine, and Ari has her 40-second R, and they can start making more plays like that. But if they can't hold on to this mid lane pressure, it might just be over for them. Trundle's going to keep running him down. Olaf doesn't have R or anything, and I think he's
that bite reduces the damage here. He's not going to be able to actually handle this.
Oh
my goodness, the lightning strikes. That would look so close here. I was expecting the bite out of the Trundle to really reduce both the damage and the lifesteal out of the Olaf, but it did not matter. He was still able to power tank. Because at this point, Striker Jones is just going to go back to get more mana.
And yeah, they have no Executioners built yet. I definitely think Ornn should have been building either Bramble or Executioners earlier on the game. I don't think you really need Sunfire. Tanks are kind of unique where they don't need to build their full item. They can kind of just sit on like components like this, and if they had a little bit better optimization, I don't think the Olaf would be running the mid game as much as he is right now. So let's see, what Drake is it? Fire Drake? Fire Soul?
Yep, and like an Infernal Drake here. They've already, Mountain and Ocean were captured by Think Rev Think and Gency respectively. Majnu got to take a little bit of Trunk trying to get that catch onto Data, but Data's got their Rod of Angels, Tears probably built up, and they are making their way into their second item here. Love Anivia, but it is take a long time to get there. And the chicken, big chicken, will be stolen. Majnu, sneaky little devil there.
I do think that the Ashe needs to start joining these fights. Like the only reason that Olaf is able to like kind of run these things is because they just lack that little bit of damage that they need, and the executioners, right? But I'm pretty sure if Ashe is there, they're just gonna absolutely cook. Oh, the Olaf
arriving here right now. He's gonna get knocked up. He's CC immune, but he's gonna put up a wall if we really need to. He almost gets one, but they will be taken down. Striker Jones removed from the rift for the next 30 seconds here. Fox securing the kill. So a little bit of counterplay being applied here by Gency to make sure that Striker doesn't get to take over that side of the map. There's nothing really to fight for just yet. Herald's up right now, but it's not clear that I don't think anyone's going to really put their mind on that right now. Dondor Gency need to figure out how to deal with wave assignment and management, because right now we're getting closer to a 4K goal lead for TRT.
Yeah, and he's just too far extended there. There's, like you were saying, there's no reason to be counter jungling there when you can get caught out, get roomed on by mid jungle and support there. And he's also a little bit late on the R, but that's neither here nor there.
No great issues.
Yep.
Rue, gonna be caught out here. The pillar's gonna lock them in. The encore is going. The Ash is gonna hit here. Rue's gonna die, but this actually looks not in the best favor of DDG here. Gonna get put into the pit of pain here. Majnu is gonna capture.
Olaf just running.
Gonna clean him up, and Olaf just ran over Brandy Fan. Oh, that was a bug on a windshield moment there for Brandy Fan. I am sorry. 4-2-1 feels good on an Ash, but you cannot handle this 5-1-1 Olaf.
I respect the look. I respect the look on that play, but it just it fell apart in the palm of their hands.
Indeed, here this is where we're watching. There's not a clear ability for anyone to handle the Olaf. It's the CC immunity is always a fantastic ability of Olaf, especially, and he is ahead. That is what is wanted, needed, and necessary for this Olaf to really be viable in this game. Herald's going to be picked up here by Majnu. I'm going to see where they put that. But this is kind of a bit of what I was expecting out of Think Rev Think versus Dondor Gency. The tryhards are trying hard, and they are handling Gency very well.
All right, let's see what they're going to do with this Rift Route, because we still have, what, a couple minutes before the next, or actually it should be about another minute before the Drake spawns, right?
13 seconds, top right there, my friend. Yeah, 13 seconds,
yep.
And the Infernal Drake will be up. And they're preparing, yeah. TRT getting themselves, taking out the obvious wards. Doesn't look like they have any scanners available right now. Just one scanner on Rue. And posturing around this mid lane, maybe looking for a fight. Dondor is going to get caught off by the wall here. You can be on CC-able, but you cannot go past the wall. Herald's going to be dropped as well to apply even more pressure. And now we're having a very interesting fight here. Majnu and the other jungler. Fox has gone way too far, and he's going to get caught out. Going to be forced to flash. Secured by Jackie. The encore goes for 1,000,000 miles. Evilopter will get secured here. Jackie with a double kill. This is the kind of advantage that TRT are looking for. Flash. Yeah. Charm doesn't get anything, but the stun will capture. That is going to be a...
Olaf saw his moment and he runs at them. Holy.
He is going at them. He's going to pop that egg, and he's going to keep rolling here, knocking down the minion waves to keep himself alive here. That lifesteal doing the Lord's work, and the axe throw to finish it. Triple kill for Striker Jones. The solo laners on the side of Think Rev Think. Absolutely murdering Dondor Gency in that basically extended fight tower dive. Oing here to pick up some of the pieces. Kind of wondering where Oing was in that fight now that I think about it.
Yeah, no, I think the time for the red side to be able to win this game might have just passed already. The Olaf is actually just carrying them in this mid game, like I was saying earlier, and I think it's just might be a little bit too much now. Olaf got like probably 3,000 gold there. He's at 3 items at 18 minutes with a DD. He is actually just unkillable at this point if he has Ghost plus R up. On top of the like Smolder is getting stacks now. What is he?
He's at like 120 some odd last I saw before the gold came up here. So
he'll probably gonna be online
here.
Yeah, he'll probably be online around the 28-minute mark. 28 to 30 minutes is what he's on track for. But yeah, they finally siege down the tier 1 mid, so that opens the game up quite a bit with Baron spawning in the next minute and 10 seconds. It's a little bit hard to pressure for that, but if they start playing inside their jungle, which is it looks like they're doing, they see the Raptors have spawned, Trundle is on them, and it looks like they're kind of posturing for it right now. Maybe not committing to anything, but Olaf is still pushing on the top side, and if Horn steps up, I don't like this. He might just be dead. It's too... Yeah.
It's a little bit too far here. Majnu has arrived here. Evilopter about to get caught up, knocked up. The damage from the Seraphine is real here. And now Fox, you just need to walk away, my friend. They're diving him. This Thicky is about to get turned into a Thinny. He is knocked out here. Striker Jones cannot be stopped here. It takes the turret to knock him down, but he will take 2 with him. Shutdown Gold goes over to Branny. That's good news for him and DDG. But this is still just not enough. The combo utility that needs to actually be used by DDG just to handle the Olaf it's too high of a demand here right now. I don't think Data is arriving fast enough to deal with these fights and to even provide a wall or provide an excessive amount of damage alongside the Ashe to handle Striker Jones. This is we've hit unmanageability right now. These people need to be fired like, oh, and we need new people in this shop, my man.
Yeah, we just also don't have any actual good applicants of executioners or grievous wounds. Like, you have the Thornmail, but that's not good enough. You have to have someone that actually applies it. Thornmail is the worst item in the game that applies grievous wounds because it requires you to hit them, and if Olaf just never hits them. Oh, the Ahri is getting caught out here, forced to use R. That's gonna be... Alright, well, yeah.
Yep,
Baron is... Yeah.
yep. Spirit Rush down removes some opportunities, but there's still 2 minutes 30 before the next Drake, and that would put TRT onto Soul Point. At this point, the only other major objective on the field is Baron. I would expect Think Rev Thing to start posturing in on that side of the map, and that might have been what was happening earlier before we had that entire tier 2 topside tower dive. So
Yeah, I mean, Baron is like, he's like Otacon right now with how much Riot buffed his health and damage. So it is possible we can see a major throw. I don't know if that's enough to get, DDC back into the game, but that would be the start of them coming back into the game.
there's a little bit of the control here, vision being removed, and now the Baron is being started here by Think Rev Think. Striker Jones is going to play buffer, make sure no one comes on in here. The Hawkshot will see this play, but I'm not sure if there's much that they can do. This Baron's going down very slowly here. Not a very high consistent team for damage. Orin's going to try to snipe the... That's a very poorly timed wall and ult from the Orin here. Now Striker Jones, he's just walking up, facing the entire team here. Data and Brandyfan not really with a lot of protection here right now. They'd be able to turn on the low to the side. Baron is low. And they're just going to actually encore over. It's going to extend on over. And now Striker Jones set up with the double kill. He's going to start running through. There is not much to be said here. The egg will get used, popped, and removed here. Scrambled on the Rift. We're breaking this out here right now. 8.7k gold lead for the side of Think Rev Think. Baron is restarted. There is nothing for Brandy and Lobster to do right now.
Yeah, this is just it at this point. They had the opportunity and it just did not play out the way they wanted it to play out with the unfortunate Orin R. Oh, looks like Olaf might actually go down here. It's going to take a lot of damage from DD, but Scuttle Crab there just in time to provide a healthy snack. A little bit of protein in his diet.
Yeah, Brandy Fan really being annoying here, really slowing down Striker Jones. He might be able to get the kill if they can actually keep the sight on him. He is using that bush to the best of his ability right now. They have to secure this Baron and get out here, but I don't think Brandyfan's going to let him go. He's going to do what he... This is a crazy attempt here by Brandyfan, but he does not have flash available to dodge the engage from the Jarvan, and we're going one more time.
Yeah, it was a well played, well attempted cleanup on the Baron. Oh, he's
good little juke there from Lobster. This guy can dance. I appreciate that. Completely made Majin think he was going into the bottom bush there and just brings himself back into the alcove. We still got a little bit of entertainment here tonight, Kaloth, but this first game feels like it's really much in the bag right now. 9k gold lead, 24 kills. I think this Olaf is approaching full build here. 3.5 items.
Yep. What was the point differential again? It's like because this feels like it was a heavily stacked Jeki points, right?
Yes. Let me pull that match up.
Yeah,
the point difference at team for team was only a 2-point difference. It's more that top side point differential is really what has knocked the situation into teeth. You know, this is kind of where the best top laners are the ones that can lose gracefully, and if you don't know how to lose gracefully, the ability for players like Striker Jones to run you over and then use your body to fuel their
war machine.
Fuel the war machine. Yeah, I'm gonna use your skin for tires and your bones to. Oh my goodness, Oin being caught out here. I don't know why he decided to use his jump here, but Vanderven's gonna be able to take advantage of the situation here. The root coming in. So Vanderven's gonna get 2 here. He's gonna be able to stand his ground here. The heals are doing pretty well, but Majin has enough damage to actually secure this. The Orn's gonna knock up Jeki to delay any more engagement. The Spirit Rush is not available, so they're gonna have to play pretty passive, especially with how low Majin is.
Olaf kind of trapped behind.
Yeah, that wall just pinned him. And now I think we're going to have to back off and rethink their plans here. That Baron might have been neutralized.
Okay, Milio with the anti-heal. That's what we have been needing. Can I get an anti-heal check? I'm going to guess like 500 right there. Oh, wait. Can we not check the anti-heal?
I don't think we can actually check items like that much, but I appreciate the jump in here. Production will show us if they can otherwise. I'm with you on the side of finally getting something in here to minimize what Striker Jones can do. He is the main win point right now, but unfortunately, that Smolder 177 on his stacks, but still a very good insurance policy.
Yeah, he's, like I said, probably going to finish around the 30-minute mark, 28 to 30 minutes, going at the speed he's going. Hopefully he doesn't get caught out, because that seems to be the biggest problem right now, is people are pushing into them, like we saw earlier with Striker Jones being cut out in the bot side Gromp earlier, Smolder's getting, Oingo's getting popped out, or caught out in the mid lane. I don't know if it's anything much they can do to capitalize on it, but that seems to be their only plays right now, is getting some catches out where they can, getting a shutdown or two. Looks like the, what's it called, the bounties are still up. Oh, J4 and
looking for a snipe there. Fox gonna be able to grab the other half of the blue buff, but Fox gonna have to flash this wall here and get out. He will make his way out safe. Now we're looking for a team fight here. The turret will be secured. It was low to begin with.
Yeah, no objectives up for a little bit longer. If they can make sure all these waves are pushed out, and they should just be able to rule their entire jungle, take all the farm, and hopefully they can just wrap this up in a nice clean little bow. I would like to see them end through a side lane. It's never a good idea to try and end the game through mid, since you can get flanked by either side. You can't have all the vision there. So if they decide to pressure through bot lane or top lane, I think that is going to be their best bet for wrapping this game up.
Indeed, minimize the variance on the play to secure victory is always a good strategy. But you can kind of tell right now that DDG, they've really caged up. They have really just all surrounded themselves and brought themselves into this mid lane just to stay close, stay together, and prevent anything from really running at them. I think, oh, that's going to be an arrow sent out by Branny, looking for something, but nothing for another minute.
Yep,
they might try to do that again to burn a flash to get an advantage going into the Dragon or the Baron fight. Both will be up at the same time.
Yeah, they saw that Olaf was not there with them. Maybe they thought they could take their best shot at the moment. we see the chicken.
Yep, no. When the big brother's not there, that's when you pick on the kid. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be a bully, you're going to be a bad person, you make sure that the most dangerous person in the crew isn't there. So you can get that free lunch money, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I pick up a little snack or two. Oh, the crust is going to go probably take this tower down. Wait, how many grubs do they have? 3? They have 3 grubs. Yeah, these towers are just gonna start melting when the crest R comes out. Olaf probably gonna
knock up. I'm not sure what they want to do here. That engage from Olaf, not really. Oh, the Forge God, kind of wasted.
Yeah, you can't be looking on the Olaf like that. If he can just run away. He has Ghost and R up. It is not a good look when he has all those tools available to him. They're better off just saving R for a different pick or waiting for the next objective to come up, but they're gonna be visionless down here bot side. Yeah, they're clearing all the vision now, so they're just gonna have to be walking in blind or forced to give up Infernal Soul, which is a really bad soul for them to get here. Like the Olaf being on 6 items almost. What is that seal gonna be? Is that a Triforce? No, he's going what is it? The crit ult item. I forgot what it's called. Team Hunter, right? Oh,
okay. Oh, catch out here. Brady Fan gonna try to run away, but not able to catch him. Help Mom comes in. He's gonna be able to tag. The heals are gonna come through, keeping Brandon Fan alive. But now CRT, they have readjusted their focus. They're gonna go for the win here right now. They're gonna shove mid and tell DDG, come find me. Brandon Fan frontlining, looking to try to put some damage now. And here comes the Olaf all the way in. Oh my goodness, he will get it, but he will trade his life for that kill. Big gold exchange here, Striker Jones. We'll go down here. The Olaf is in the middle, but he's the one that gets really tanked up by that Encore. And now Jackie going wild, predicts the flash from the Milio, and will secure that kill.
Ari going down almost.
Best, but Jackie gets so low. The Ari saved by the Seraphine, by the heal.
Oh,
and will keep themselves alive here. Oh, and this Majnu might have gone too far.
GA popped.
GA will get popped. This is still holding down here right now. Evil Obster is going to be able to hold himself together. Data is doing the Lord's work right now.
Hold the door.
Strong here.
They are holding the door, but I don't know how long that door is gonna stay open for, or stay closed for, because they're going for their Infernal Soul and probably reset into the Baron, and that's gonna be it probably right there. I don't think there's anything they can really do if they get that soul. This is too much damage. Oh, Trundle coming, looking for the Seraphine.
Coming in to make sure they don't get too many bad ideas, and unfortunately, Evil Lobster had the bad idea. This is setting up for another trap here. Data, I don't think is going to fall for it. Going to grab the little infernal gems on the ground.
Yep, Ash Hawkeye comes out, and they're looking to clear the vision. Probably looking to start the soul any second whenever J4 comes up.
right now. Yeah, and with the jungler being down on the side of DDG, there's a 20-second difference here. They're just going to go for it. They're going to go for the coin flip, and Data's the only one here right now. Ash, Ornn, and Milio coming in from the mid lane. This dragon's gone here. Soul's going to be acquired here. There's not much else to be done here. Slow hit on to Data. He's going to try to put himself in the middle of this. Going to be able to connect with Fox here, but the Milio's going to be sniped out here. Ari with the reset, and now the bird has
Smolder
been
online!
out again.
Smolder online! He's got ultimate stacks!
He has taken out the bird here. Double kill over the Smolder here. The insurance policy has arrived here, and Striker Jones doesn't have to worry about carrying the entire team on his back anymore, but it might not even matter here. All they've got left is this evil little lobster with his big troll town and his bat, and this is going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen, here. There's not much else to be done here. Trundle, 2.5 items deep at best against a fully stacked 10,000 gold lead advantage here from the side of TRT. Oing's going to go ahead and start spitting some fire on him. The execution will come through. The Nexus turrets are down. The Nexus is exposed. Ace to finish it out here. TRT, think Rev, think, take out Dondor Gency in the first game of the night.
Door slammed closed. Better luck next game. They definitely had the better job coming into it, and it looked for a bit that it was possible for them to come out with the advantage they had bot lane, but they just weren't able to capitalize on some of the plays they were able to do. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed.
Is this fearless? Is this fearless draft? I forget.
No, it's old school standard.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Old school standard. You got to deal with the problems, or you don't get to steal things, and you don't get to not deal with the problems on the Rift. If you can't handle it, then there's a skill diff.
Yep.
So I'm pretty happy about that one. Not much to really wax lyrical here in the post game lobby. Here, look at that damage on the side of Think Rift. Thanks, Striker Jones nearly taking the cake and doing almost as much damage as his mid laner and his bot laner combined. Jackie didn't really have to do much other than stay stable in the mid lane against the Anivia. Data did the best that they could, but an immobile AD carry and a mobile mid laner is free food for Olaf, and he was hungry this game.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised how much damage the Ashe did compared to the Olaf just beating on a tank consistently. It just 37k to the 41k to the 41k in a 31-minute game. That's pretty impressive, honestly. And they had that many.
Oh yeah, no, it's very good damage on the side, but this is showing where the agency and where the step forward and try to 1v9 players were in these rosters. Striker Jones, the top-rated player on the side of Think Rev Think here in for this game, doing the Lord's work, doing the best they can, and running over this Olaf and really giving Fox a lot of pain. Meanwhile, Brandy Fan, we saw that advantage in the first few waves here, going into the level 2 advantage, and with that range extension from the Milio with the campfire, just really bullying the Seraphine and Smolder, and the rest is just kind of history. So that should round us out here, and we will see you for Game 2's draft in just a minute.
Always on the outside, through a window looking in. Never the right time, so the chance goes by again. Lines begin to show, and we feel broken. To move on, we have to drop the pieces we're holding, and no one
picks up will be a terrifying combo to deal with. We're going to see if Dondor Gency can figure out a solve right now. They've gotten rid of 2 more top laners. Garen has been a monstrous pick inside of this league from other strong top laners, so I'm actually respecting and appreciating that ban coming out of Dondor Gency to keep Striker Jones from unceremoniously providing a public execution to SCK on this stream repeatedly in front of women and children.
I am expecting Think to try to pull out some more of these bruisers in the top and jungle, but that is not something I'd be expecting at all. The Master Yeezus.
Master Yeezus coming in, looks like it would be Evil Lobster looking for the good old alpha striking samurai of old. Striker John's going to pick up an Udyr. This looks like enough bans have actually come through for the top lane, because I look across all this, there's only 1 jungler ban and 1 AD carry ban, and the rest are top lane bans. This has been a very special occasion, and it looks like Striker Jones has been brought down to not exactly a champion that I would think is going to be a hard carry, high damage champion.
Looks like that's going to be Udyr jungle. That's they're going to got the top laner last here.
That could be. That very well could be it here. You
Yep.
might be right. Oh my gosh.
Yep, there's a Tryndamere in the top lane. He is still split pushing. But now he has gone from local man too angry to be locked down to local man too angry to die.
And I really wonder if Striker Jones is going to have the audacity to do 0 champion damage Tryndamere in this game. But I think Jackie and them want to win so much they're just going to make sure that they play to win every time, max that point value, make sure they don't drop any unnecessary games. Because right now this series is looking very clean, like it's going to be a 3-0 in the favor of Think. The Malphite coming in, they're going to have a lot of go buns on the side of Dondor Gency, especially if Counter can counter the Jackie encores. But this game on the side of Dondor Gency is having a lot of reliance on Yi kind of going in all by himself here, at least with the follow-up for the Malphite. But a lot of 80 damage, and we're going to get ourselves rolling on into the little break before we get on to the REV. Me and Dusk will be there to walk you through it. It might be another pain game, but I do appreciate seeing hard carries ruin lives of plebs. We counted in, and my lung wanted to escape my body. But I am here, I am alive, and Think Rev Think are getting up to more very distinct tomfoolery. This is a 5-man death brush. Are they gonna catch out Jackie?
4-man. They're gonna see the MF bot lane. They're gonna get overconfident.
The Nautilus is here. The Nautilus is here.
Hook lands.
That's gonna hit. We have a 3v4 right now. Striker Jones is gonna start hitting people, but I don't know who's gonna die first. Your first one's gonna go over to Evil Lobster. The Jackie has gone down. Brandy's gonna flash away. Trinder's gonna be chased down. He's pretty low here. SCK gonna follow him into the top lane. No teleport on Striker Jones. It's gonna be a rough start to this game for him. Ghost used as well. If SCK can get any amount of advantage here, this can work out for him.
Oh yeah. Striker Jones burning that ghost, doesn't have that, like I said, doesn't have teleport, and importantly, doesn't have the Doran's place to sustain, has the Doran's bow? What's the 2 items?
That's one of those.
Sustain on it. It just has the attack speed, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like a little starter bow right there.
Yep.
Reminding me of the little bow. What do we got here? Yep, Doran's bow indeed. It is what you would guess it would be.
Yep. Importantly, no life steal like on the Doran's blade, so using that much health early means that SDK really can be more aggressive in this lane.
Can really do some advantage, getting some of those smashes down. Striker Jones going in here. The Ignite's going to go on, and this is actually trading out very much in Striker Jones' favor. It's on the sliver of a knife here, but that Ignite will scare SCK away. SCK is going to back, and this is exactly the kind of reset that Striker Jones is looking for.
Lasting of the night, just barely not enough. I was not ready for the Trinity to just go balls to the wall, commit to that. And I don't think SDK was either.
No, I don't think any of us were, but there's something about these top laners that have a really good sense of what that fine line is, especially in these early game fights. Rue gonna be forced to flash away. That engage coming from Brandy Fan. He's gonna be maintaining that same kind of dominance and desire to control this bot lane with Echo. Wave still crashing in here. Striker Jones gonna have to last hit all those and not be able to do too much right now. SK gonna get themselves moving around the map. It's gonna back again. I don't know what kind of marker he would have hit with just so little CS. This feels like a very awkward timer here right now.
Really long never fillable, I guess. That feels very greedy.
That's a different kind of thirst right there. I don't feel like it's a very good decision to be made there by SCK. Looking at the junglers right now. A little bit of an advantage here acquired by Evil Lobster. Got that first blood gold, so able to get themselves no item actually yet. So that advantage has not been truly realized.
Fake lead this point. But he's backing right now, so we're actually going to see some itemizations coming through. He does pick out that Heartbound Axe.
Ready to chop some trees down here and get themselves in this jungle. I know we are not going to be able to see it, but the one skill check I'm going to be looking for on the side of SCK on this Malphite is if they're going to max their E over everything else. I almost prefer to not max out Q or even put a skill point into it, because when you're a Malphite, your entire idea is secure your CS, hit your smash, clear the wave, and be ready for the team fight. None of this 1v1 nonsense. None of this, throwing your cheese wheel at this Tryndamere, who's just going to be able to out-sustain just by the nature of the character's passive.
Honestly, I think I was the W max, that does give you the bonus armor each time you level it up.
And that is very good for at least helping out the trade pieces, but this is where I guess we're splitting the difference here. Q never gets upgraded.
No.
It's like maybe one Q to help you with...
so fast.
Oh yeah, look at this. Like, this is not exactly what you're looking for. Getting good damage on Striker Jones, but Striker Jones holding that rage up, ready to put out that heal. So SCK has to calculate for that. We're just gonna be locked up here. We're just gonna be locked up here watching these two hit each other. Luckily, it's not a noodle fight, but oh, Hook's gonna land on. Bullet time is going to do a little bit of poke here. Good double shot here, hitting Rue and Oing.
Is the first strike MF not the PTA, since she doesn't really have that follow through damage, just that little bit of extra burst.
SCK giving up this gold here to try to get Striker Jones off of the wave, trying to proxy it.
I mean, he has Ignite up. He might try to go for dive.
Ignite available. I think he's just looking for that level 6.
On this wave. As meanwhile, bot lane, we do see them going in. The Nautilus having to Spider-Man away as Rudier is running forward. From passage does land on the Nautilus. He drops the Ignite and Ezreal flashes away. MF tries to find the kill on the drop, but he cannot find it.
The shields are going up left and right here. No kill secured just yet here. Echo will go down here, but the Yi has arrived here. And now there's the level 6 advantage here. Striker Jones going to confirm. Evil Officer going to flash in, get the auto attack, get themselves their 3rd kill here. That is the Ezreal going down. Echo looks like they did die in that. So a messy exchange in the bot lane here. The jungler's getting involved. But the advantage is going to be on the side of DDG.
I mean, at the end of that, across the entire map, it was ultimately a 3 for 3. Both 2 kills on the bot, 1 kill on the top.
But that advantage from Striker Jones starting to be acquired here. The skill difference being manifested. SCK not prepared for that invulnerability causing a problem. Brandon's got the roam here. Flash used here, but the ultimate's going to secure the kill here. Counter exploding Gency from, well, not really a mile away, but you get the drift here. It's the skill diff. That's what it is. Not a fan of Mel. Not a fan of Mel coming into this game. Once I figured out what their skill set was, I'm like, oh, it's kind of an Anivia thing, a little AoE thing, and oh, another execute. Great, fantastic. One of those. Majdu gonna assert themselves, push counter off of the wave a little bit.
Try, but... Oh, Udyr,
well, there's a stun here, and the Encore is going to get in there. That is a snipe from across the area. I don't think Justin Bieber can do that, but Gency will, with their Encore, send that through their jungler. It tags onto counter and gives Majnu the layup to just put counter down and secure it. So, fun little play there. A little shift away there from Oing. The hook, as the hook lands. So, bot lane still in charge on the side of TRT. Oing and REV having a little bit of a better time here with the CS lead.
Small CS lead, but there is still that first strike kind of balancing it out.
Mm-hmm. A lot of pain here. Bramble Vest acquired by SCK, actually. So, an improvement from the previous top lane exchange where the Olaf was allowed to just heal endlessly.
We do also see the Trinmere picking up the call, recognizing he's not going to be able to go for that many kills. Just, okay, I will outfarm you. You can't threaten me off these waves.
That, and also just by looking for the greediest option possible here. Ultimate's going to come on through here. The Alpha Strike used to pull the distance here, but Striker Jones is going to get his invulnerable started. Trying to time it out here. He's about to get a counter kill. SCK going to flash away. That is exactly the right sequence of plays there from SCK and Evil Lobster to take out Striker Jones. They have their assignment and they are acing it right now. The alternative, the cross-map assignment, though, for Echo and Brenny is to survive this bot lane, and they are having a rough time of it right now.
Yeah, that Sheen power spike from the Ezreal combined with the Braum passive makes it really hard to trade back in these short trades. One Braum, 2 lands, and suddenly you're fearing that all in.
Mm-hmm.
Importantly, we do also see the Ezreal going with the Deathfire Grasp instead of over the Lethal Tempo or PTA. I know it's a bit overtuned at the moment, so we could see some hybrid AD AP build coming out of the Ezreal. I know it's been popular with the Dusk and Dawn and the Static Shiv right now. Have to see what Grubs decides to go.
Looks like some Grubs are going to be secured on the side of TRT, maintaining a good little bit of control and some map presence, getting some major objectives. Looks like they get themselves just 1. 2 will be, looks like, and Majnu is still there, so they will be securing a second just now. And they're going to leave it at that. So 2 grub advantage, acquired for the rest of this game for Think Rev Think. SCK doing his level best to clear up these minions, but they are really punishing themselves, actually, not doing the best job of actually getting those last hits. So depriving themselves of gold. Don't like to see that.
Speaking of gold, it's basically dead even across the board, but then you look in the jungle, Evil Lobster with the 1.2k gold lead.
Oh, and looks like they're going to be catchy here. And Evil Lobster here is invade. He's going to be able to take out Majnu. The dive has worked out here. Oing is down, and now REV going to have to do their best exiting stage right impression. He's closing the door on their way out.
Yep, that's what happens when the Ezreal doesn't have that Braum there. The moment he's gone, Nautilus knocks him up, and then the MF just drops his full ulti, and there's no real counterplay at that point.
Down, and that will follow you to the ends of the earth, and then the hooks will secure here. A few turret shots taken off, trying to get this invulnerable out of Striker Jones. So SCK really trying to push their advantage here right now, trying to get as much little bits of advantage. Oh, Evil Lobster has arrived here. is going to be going in here, trying to get some damage down. The ultimate will come through here, but everyone is way lower than would be desired here. The standoff holds. They cannot hold the space. They're going to go. This feels a little bit far. Alpha Strike should be up really soon here, but it's going to hold out. Striker Jones just really towing the line here.
They're going to try to force a dive here. Striker Jones has nothing up. He's going to have to fall back to his tier 2 tower, just not get towered over.
This is very good discipline on the side of DDG to just not give over any kills to Striker Jones, but be able to... Oh, no, here I spoke too
Lobster's
soon
gone.
here. Lobster has left here. SCK with nothing available here. This is... Oh, it's so close here right now. Getting that armor upgrade on the W feels like it's really coming through here right now. The hits from Striker Jones not doing what you would expect here. And now these junglers these top laners are in a really awkward place here. Striker Jones is going to be able to push out the wave. SCK is just going to step back and probably receive it under the tower. This is not exactly what you're looking for from the very positive, proactive play that DDG just had. Fighting under the tower here is what we were talking about here. No health available. If SDK could get just 100 mana, that would be a dead Tryndamere.
Importantly, every time he doesn't get that all in, that Tryndamere heals little bit by little. He might have that Bramble, but he can still heal off these minions to full effect.
There's a very imbalanced situation here in the top lane. Striker Jones will be able to heal up, as you said. I think he's looking for just turret kills. SDK still coming in, trying to get the slaps. This is giving Evil Lobster enough time. He's cleared out his bot wave, and now he is up here by the Krugs. I think SDK is going to try to bait in Striker Jones. We're going to see if this works here. Striker Jones has been able to heal up quite a bit here, but now here comes the all-in here from Evil Lobster. The cooldown, it's so close here right now. Striker Jones trying to get distance, trying to get space for his ultimate to come through. He's going to use that rage, and that's going to be another neutralization of anything really happening topside. I like that SCK is being covered by Evil Lobster and Striker Jones isn't really being catapulted, but I feel like it's limiting any other advantages to be acquired by DDG across the map. They have the gold advantage, 2.5k gold lead, but now this is going to be the second dragon secured by REV.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold in his way their jungler, but like ultimately, I don't know if he's gonna be able to carry him to the town. I mean, you have the Braum, you have the Seraphine, like, it's a lot of CC to try to work through. And again, you're giving up these objectives. 2 dragons, 3 grubs. It's gonna start, if they need to get something in their pocket besides some gold.
Just to help bolster them into the rest of this, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, and they kind of want to play for team fights with this Malphite MF, but they're still just playing for these skirmish lanes.
And that's a lot of what we see in this draft league, is there's far more skirmishes than there are 5v5 team fights. Coordination being what it is with such a high variance of players, and also this is only the 3rd week. We're only entering now the 3rd week of the league, so not a lot of familiarity just yet, you could imagine, especially with such large rosters.
I also just realized he picked up his full 2nd item already, having the Kraken and the Rageflea, so at this point, he is a menace. He's a full item up on the Udyr, on anyone else in the game at this point.
Ooh, good little stun, good little counter there. Great trading mid lane here. Jackie and counter, really going 1 for 1. Brandy's still looking around for problems, looking for trouble. And we're just going to be in a standstill for right now. T6.
Yeah, I mean, Tryndamere has the Hydra at this point, but it doesn't really matter. He can clear the waves. They're literally just ignoring each other and clearing the waves.
I think SCK has actually been hitting him this whole time right now. The armor stack on SCK really has done a lot of good work here. Yeah, Striker Jones primarily focusing on just clearing the wave. SCK still giving up more CS than I would like here. It's not the biggest advantage. And here's the ult. Oh, we're going here. And now they have to buy the space here. SCK cannot die to Striker Jones. So Striker Jones is just going to be waiting for it. Evil Lobster is going to be dominating right now. 6-0-0 on this Yi.
Well, the Caster's dying. Knowledge is engaging on the bot side. Ult does go down to Oingy. He does have the Arcane Shift away. The Braum ult, or the Braum shield does throw up to the wall for a while. But also does land at the end of the drop. They're bullet time.
Bullet time does not actually finish it off here. Echo gonna feel like he got cheated on that exchange right now. Brandy fan a little bit on the edge right now. Oing doing their level best here. Rue getting the tag. This bot lane, nice edge for both right now. The max range hook, Brandy fan gets to secure, but now Oing, he's gotten to point blank range. I'm not sure that's the best plan here is going to get the finishing blow onto Echo, and now here's a chase across the map here. Brandyfan doing his best Spider-Man impression, swinging left and right to escape this Ezreal's grasp. That was a fun little exchange here, but that advantage, I put that into TRT side. You want your AD carry alive to gather waves and gather things, but Evil Lobster, he knows what he's on. He wants Striker Jones right now. The Lobster has become the monster. This is one of those Godzilla movies that I saw as a kid here right now, and this Lobster is eating good.
Yeah, Striker's got to feel a bit targeted everywhere he goes. Lobster's following. Outstrikes away from the Encore, and it does get reflected back! But there is no follow-up. Seraphine living on the tiniest bit of health. The Golden Eclipse not quite up yet to kill her off.
Very scary exchange there right now. Majnu looking around, seeing where this E has gotten off to. This E is way healthier than I think Majnu would be prepared to deal with. So we're entering right now. We're post 15 minutes in the game. We're 16 minutes and 15 seconds into the match. 3.5k gold lead on the side of Dondor Gency, having themselves a much better start to this game. A lot better control in maintaining Striker Jones, or not letting Striker Jones get ahead. The gold difference is 300 gold, actually in the favor of the Malphite right now. So Dondor Gency has weathered the early part of the storm, has neutralized Striker Jones so far. This Tryndamere will scale into a very hard to deal with situation. And they've really put a lot of good gold into this Yi right now. I'm very concerned, we talked about this earlier, I'm very concerned about if this goes into any 5v5 team fights.
I mean, like you said, they've put a lot of pressure into Striker Jones' game, not letting him just free farm and be that late game menace and shutting him down early. And I guess you can hear, and again, Lobster's again here in the top lane, not letting Striker Jones breathe. Every wave he is dying for, not even bothering to proc the Undying Rage, just accepting his fate.
Yeah, no, the outplays are real, are here. He cannot kill SCK, and Evil Lobster can keep him as far away as he wants the moment he hits the ultimate. Striker Jones is sitting in a very outplayed situation, and Evil Lobster is farming him right now. Infernal Drake showing up here in 5 seconds.
Importantly, Lobster does not have the Highlander up for this team fight now. He did Verdict running down Striker Jones. He does have the Herald. He's drifting.
Oh my goodness, this is about to be a very interesting engaged position.
Downriver.
He is going on in. He's going to pit it. That's actually fantastic. Just grabbing of space here on the side of BDG. Just using the Herald to just buy space and make it very awkward for TRT to figure out what they want to do here. Majnu caught up here is going to have to get themselves out here. Triple stance and everything, but they're going to be run through. The Encore is going to come through. It's going to get reflected back here. Counter being their namesake. A huge, massive stun here. The execution coming across will take out Jackie, and this Tryndamere is trying to get in, but the knockups are preventing SCK doing their best job to be a frontline. Everyone is so low right now. Oing is going to be able to get one more kill, but now this is where the Lobster is going to come in and cut you in half with his pincers. This tower is going down here. That was a fantastic layering of decision making, of ultimates, and that was as close to a 5v5 team fight as we may get here tonight. The Yi has also gotten one more roll. Big hit. Oh, he's gonna find Striker Jones. He's getting himself out here. Highlander still active?
No, I think he just activated it. It was off that entire team fight.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is putting your pedal to the metal here right now. You got a speedy boy with a lightsaber. And this is what happens when the jungler looks at the top laner on a hyper carry in the game one and says, I can do you one better. And this feels very encouraging here for this series right now.
And like we saw in the last team fight, their only real gate tool is that Seraphine ult, but then you run that risk of Mel reflecting it back. You saw both their carries get locked up momentarily. And that was their only real chance to try to find something. And then at that point, it's just Malphite going in, Yi going in, MF going in, just slowly. But even then, just chip damage from the Ezreal with the full mana immune and Trinity Force kicking back, firing back. Despite the gold lead, it's not a full-on free team fight anymore.
No, it's not. The damage exchange is just way too high here. The damage outputters on the side of DDG are, a Yi, which is only going to be able to get themselves in as the third or one of the last people to really jump into a fight here. This Yi, by the nature of how these team fights look and what Yi does, cannot really be the first one in. The Malphite is here, luckily for that, but it's a very, and the poke advantage is on the side of TRT. If anything, DDG has made themselves really set up to engage what fights that they need to not allow for the Seraphine, for the Ezreal poke to come through. We're going to get a look at the gold here. The jump is a cavern. It is dropped down very strikingly, very hard. Evil Lobster up at the top of the board here. 11k, 2k above the next best gold earner on the side of TRT.
And as you see the bot side, even 1v1 now, SDK, the Striker Jones can't even break the passive Malphite shield at this point. As he does just hit the Unstoppable Force, hits the funny button. Striker Jones running away, but that means they're going to lose their next tower.
Oh, when the trade is happening, they know that Evil Lobster is at the bot side. They're going to try to sneak the Baron right now. The teleport's coming in here, but there's no Unstoppable Force from the Malphite. The teleport will mean that they back off. I don't know if it's a miscommunication or not, but that could have been a free kill, depending on what they can do. The armor on this Malphite is kind of gross right now, and I kind of like that SCK has entirely indexed into armor with very little concern for the magic damage from Jackie on the Seraphine. There is very good damage that can come out from the Seraphine, but it's just not going to be consistent enough. So SCK is kind of at an unkillable place right now. A little bit of a separation. Encore is going to go wide. A little bit of a reach here. I'm not really getting much.
I feel like a bit of a desperation, trying to find something back. Dragon spawning at 130. This is going to be second Infernal, most likely going the way of DDG. Striker Jones just barely gets his recall off before he gets found by SCK.
I think SCK decided to let them go there. They had a ward in that brush, but I think they were okay to just receive the wave and let the map reset here. We got a minute till the next Drake shows up here. This will be a pretty important Drake here right now. DDG finding themselves a little bit deeper than they want to be. They're trying to kill out Maglu, trying to get themselves a super advantage here, and that Alpha Strike has gone through. He's been able to flash away. Evil Lobster keeps himself alive. But, oh my goodness, counter comes in down the mid lane and just secures the kill, takes out the jungler. That's the advantage you need and want if you want to be able to secure and start getting yourselves rebuilt into the Dragon Lead. But the Baron's also up, and that's a really good poke on a Striker Jones here. SCK is just going to show up, throw a Glacial Spike at the front line. But TRT, back foot here. Low mana. Poke's going to land here. Brady Penn's going in. That's a massive 3-man ultimate lock. Them down here. The Undying Rage is going to be able to come on through, but he's not going to be able to get any kills. Striker Jones is going to run away.
Golden Eclipse taking down 2.
Ooh, Gondor Gency are online. Dusik, they are in the game. We're not having a sweep tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are having a full fight.
Yep, TRT in the desperation walked forward into the fog of war as for Malphite got that 3-man knockup, and from that moment on, it was just chaos. It was TRT running for their lives as they got picked off one by one.
They got baked in the sun that is Mel. They're popped like cherries.
Yep.
Now we talk about that Drake. Now we can actually get to that Drake right now.
Well, no, just take that Drake on the side and look to give up Baron later.
Oh, no. Sometimes the appetizer is the main course.
What flavor do you think Infernal Drake is? I feel like it's been like mild spice to it.
No. Well, if you marinate those just right, you can chew through them, actually. Brandy Fan,
getting chewed through.
Out in the middle of no here right now. Parent's going to arrive to provide some support here. The little stun's going to lock down the Braum. Brandy Fan brought pretty low here. It's going to really mess up DDG's ability to hold space around this Baron. Next major piece of import is the Baron. Teleport available for Striker Jones through his quest. He is beelining into that tier 2 on the bot side of the map.
Yep, he has turned to mirror and he has one job: push these side lanes.
SCK's job, don't let him.
Yep, and immediately again, Lobster ready to collapse if Striker Jones does keep pushing.
This is kind of the worst of two worlds here right now. Striker Jones cannot be as unbridled as he may want to be, but Evil Lobster is kind of being pulled away from the Baron, from where he should be as the jungler with that smite. He needs to be around where the main objective is. He cannot provide... He can't be in two parts of the map right now. They have to figure out how to balance this situation to give Striker Jones something, but they get the major advantage. They get that secured Baron. I think until the Evil Lobster hits maybe another major power spike, they may not have the damage it takes to really pop a Baron way faster than Striker Jones can take out that next turret.
I mean, it looks like he's going to be going Death Dance next, so it's less if they can pop it fast enough. It's more so if they can survive the fight afterwards.
touch of engage here right now. Bullet time going to be able to provide some space. Slow down Rebecca. Evil Lobster. Boing. Trying to get something.
Yeah, but if you can't decide, they have to
looking for-
fear that double force, worry about that all in.
Root's going to land on to Branny Fan. Getting brought low here. True Shot Barrage is going to come through. Going to get reflected back. Now this looks like a soft reset coming in. Brandy Fan going back, but now pushing forward. Root trying to get something, but she's going to only hit the minion with her Winter's Bite. Ooh,
Ultimately, it's a bit of a nothing burger.
Yep, a whole bunch of nothing.
I don't think no subs were burned, a few minor ultimates. I think it was just the Ezreal ult. Yeah.
I think we're going to go into this next fight with all summoners available. Evil Lobster's Flash will be up in a bit. And it's going to be a big question of what do the teams prioritize? Who's going to get Baron? Who's going to get their third Drake?
Evil Lobster getting his Death Dance, so now he has that extra... That fake bulk to buy him those 3 seconds to get his last 2 extra autos off.
Yep, a little bit of survivability. Little surprised there's no like sort of lifesteal built into this, especially with how that Gency's Rage Bridge would really proc so many times with the double strike that Yi gets with their passive.
I think they're just relying on the Meditate and the Triumph most likely in the rune set.
We're gonna see. Striker Jones doing their best to just clear the wave here. This is a very funny situation to watch a Malphite beat up a Tryndamere this hard and be like, my wave's not here yet, so I'm gonna hit you in the face.
It's too Udyr on the bot side, so I'd be surprised if DMZ decide to pull the trigger on the Nash. Yep, they just rip it apart and melt that Baron. It is just gone.
Ever seen someone knock on a door of a house and the house explodes? I'm pretty sure that's about what just happened there. Fantastic trade on the side of Dondo Gency. That's an ultimate for Baron every day, all day. The moment Majnu was seen, Lobster jumped.
Yeah, but at this point now, DRG is going to start breaking these gonna start pushing these lanes, and finally, we're going to finally start seeing them actually group and push.
They might finally actually have the advantage across the map here, as kind of looking around and getting the impression they have not really had any waves pushing in their advantage for most of this game on account of the main pressure point has been Striker Jones, and they just haven't really exerted themselves into any parts of the map outside of just making sure they don't lose the river.
They're still not really pressuring anything. They're deciding to go with a full map pressure with the Malphite in top and Melon bottom instead of just pushing down mid. I don't know if they can push these waves fast enough to actually make use of the Baron.
Ravenous Hydra acquired by Striker Jones, so should be able to have a better time sustaining in this lane against the Malphite.
Oh, he had that all game.
Oh, okay, I missed that part.
It's just done so little.
Yeah, it hasn't really done the kind of help that you want here. SCK is going to get jumped on again here, but I would be walking this off even longer here. It's going to take him 10 minutes to do anything. You can save that for a fight here. Evil Lobster has jumped on in, going to miss the encore. Evil Lobster happy with that trade there. This turret's going to go down. Highlander running out. This is kind of where it's going to be a little bit scary. The root from counter doing the Lord's work here, keeping the distance. But Striker Jones is here. Echo over the wall, maybe looking for a little bit of a bullet time. Trying to get the slow. Striker Jones trying to inch forward, trying to get that shout to slow everyone down, but it's just, that's not an engage. That's not going to be enough. And Dragon's up.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon's up for about another 3 seconds before Lobster gets his hands on it. That's just going to be disappearing real fast. Yep, and there it is. Third Infernal, importantly, so just raw AD and AP coming out for DG.
Going between two worlds here, trying to protect this turret here. Striker Jones going to do his level best. Going to probably die trying to take this one out. He's going to get CC'd locked up here. Can he get the one more auto? He can. Objective bounty has been secured. He's not going to be able to get far enough. The Undying Rage, just a little bit of a memento. But that's a trade. That's 1 life for a turret. That's usually worth it.
I will gladly trade my 1 in 6 top laner for a turret, personally.
Yeah, I would understand that sentiment.
It's a bit harsh, but you ain't going to be doing much of this tower defense anyway.
Well, and this is kind of where we're in a very rare situation here. Striker Jones being the best player on the side of Think Rev Think, but has been wonderfully neutralized. Dondor Gency with the Malphite pick into the Tryndamere, and then the melt into... Oh, this is... Oh, he's going to be able to dodge that. He's going to die here. SDK a little bit
Lobster
too late here.
does go
Echo.
down, and he does get away. That's a 1K shutdown going to the Ezreal.
Yeah, Oing with the confirmed kill here. That's not good news here right now. This Ezreal has been behind their lane opponent for a while now.
It's one person really putting out damage in the team fight from the sides of TRT too. So that 1K, that's gonna be probably he's working towards that. I don't think that's a Spear of Shojin. That would be Endless Hunger, I believe he's working towards for.
Yes, is what I have seen. That is what I've seen before. All right, we might be getting closer to a game itself. Your 7.5k gold lead still on the side of Dondor Gency should mean not a lot of chances here, not a lot of opportunities. Kind of a big wallet difference in the favor of DDG, but TRT, anything can happen. Map plays are not perfect at this level, so there can be a misplay.
Kind of the beauty of these leagues is, despite it being a 7K gold lead, it's still anyone's game.
It is, especially with how the posturing, and we were talking about this a few minutes ago. Dondor Gency has not exerted themselves. They haven't taken over the parts of the map, partly because they are kind of locking themselves into very controlled team fights. A lot of this almost ends up feeling like a solo queue match, because there's not a lot of grouping, there's not a lot of... I'm not seeing a lot of wards on the map. There's 2 there top side around the Baron to make sure it wasn't getting taken, but that's... Or a minute till that's another concern. So... what I feel like Dondor Gency is doing, they're just playing until there's a team fight late enough in the game that they win, and then they just go kill the Nexus turret. They're not really doing anything else to leverage their advantage, take away sections of the map for extended periods of time, and really make it easy to secure, you know, dragons or barons, or even just win a little fight and get a turret.
I mean, Baron spawning in 30 seconds, we'll probably see some posturing around that, and then that is Soul spawning for DG in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little crazy to see, like, Think reaching this far down mid lane. That's a teleport. Oh, Malphite's coming in for the flank here right now.
Malphite flank.
That's a double flank. Mel and Malphite have teleported in here. They're all coming down together here around the dragon. I think, oh, and Striker's going to get a flank on to counter here. There's going to be a little bit of a problem here. The counter is going to come out here. The reflect not doing it, but the stun is there. The
bullet time rips through their entire team.
Oh, that was...
Now
that's
the
what we
Lobster
were waiting
up.
for it. Oh, you just flashed and
Lobster
brought
is loose. He has snipped everyone. That's a quadra kill towards Evil Lobster on the Master Yi.
Running them over. Absolutely running them over here. Mid lane, we're going down here. A little bit of a... Here's the replay.
The Double Force only hit the Braum. But then they full committed, trying to get something back, but sending everything onto Malphite. He just does not care.
No, and this damage from Ezreal just isn't doing anything.
Nope.
This Malphite was hurt far more by anyone else than the Ezreal, and the lockup, the sequence of CCs, and then the bullet time, it just ruined Striker Jones's plans.
God Assault knocking everyone up, as that is going to be them taking down the Nexus bit by bit, but padding some stats first by clearing the entire minion wave.
Game 2 goes to DDG. That is a 1-1 right now on this series. We don't have a clear deciding victor on the day. And another game where it feels rather one-sided. A little bit more of a team play here. Good amount of damage spread here. That Malphite doing very well, beating up on the Tryndamere and holding their own. Very good work on the side of SCK to neutralize Striker Jones. Evil Lobster coming in from the jungle to make sure that this Tryndamere never got anywhere.
I just wanted to point out, 1/3 of MF's entire damage that game came from that last team fight.
That is believable. I kind of forgot there was an MF, and kind of like, I think there was the 1 or 2 bullet times we saw in those last 2 fights, and that's like it. This MF did not use their bullet time, use their ultimate as often as I would have liked or expected, really.
But no, the one that mattered. I mean, 5,500 damage in one team fight. That's all you need. One good team fight.
That's the big spread. That's the big spend. That's the big way to flip the situation out. We think we're going to come in, and after that first game, have a 3-0. But Dondor Gency, Lesser's team, has been able to show up with a few little changes in their roster. And they may stick with this roster going forward, but we will find that out when we get back to you with Game 3 here in a moment.
you tethered in your room. Well, someday both of us are leaving here, but for now I'll just bring this seed to you. Will you meet me in the daylight like we did before? Then I felt you on my shoulder and you weren't suffering anymore. You said I'm sorry that you worry, but don't apologize. I told you to forget me, but you stayed by my side when I said, don't try and make yourself remember, darling. Don't look for me, I'm just a story you've been told. So let's pretend a little longer, and when we're
We're flying in. We're flying in to draft. This is going to be game 3 here between Dondor, Gency, Think Rev Think. We came into this Dusik believing that Think Rev Think were going to have a pretty easy 3-0 on the evening on account of just Think Rev Think. They're here to get the trophy. They're here to win. They have one of the best top laners in the league in Striker Jones. But Dondor Gency does a fantastic counterpunch going into game 2 here. And now we have a massive adjustment across all of the rosters here from game 2 into game 3. And both teams, I believe, have gone bold, which means we will not see bans, any bans for the first 3 bans in this draft. So if you see empty squares there at the bottom, that is on purpose.
Yep, they're both saying, win or lose, we're getting those extra points.
Yeah, this league has a certain layer of point value that really ultimately informs and makes sure that everyone gets kind of a fair shake and everyone gets play time. So the actual victory, the win-loss, is not the ultimate decider of how things will go in this league. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but we will be guiding you through that as we go through the season here. And Nefiri Vhagar on the side of Think Rev Think, they're getting a little spicy. Lesser going to try to be the big dog on the Rift with... Might be counter going with that mage there with Vhagar. Little baby cage gonna lock you in there and get eaten up there by the doggies.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do have that blind Wukong, just that really powerful engage tool coming out, really strong at post level 6.
Wukong was a favorite of Zemi back when I casted them back in week 1. I do believe we have a little bit of backwards. Something's backwards here on the screen right now. I'll let production figure that one out. Sivir picked up on the side of Dondor Gency for Echo? For Echo. Alrighty, so a little bit of skilling there, plenty of wave clear. Now, if this Wukong, I expect this Wukong to go top, says might be sick denying Zimi's Wukong. Lissandra picked up counter, ready to be the engage option for their team, it would appear.
Yeah. I mean, kind of sad we're not going to see Seraphine in the mid lane again, but... I mean, they could still technically take it on Think Rev Think, but with a Vhagar, unless they're going to go like Vhagar ADC, Seraphine support, I feel.
That has been seen, that has been done. Gwen going to be picked up here for Zimi. Yes, we actually have seen a Vhagar bot lane. Did not go because there's a Vhagar with a Nami. So awkward to say the least. But it has been done. Even I believe there was a Swain bot as well inside of the first 2 weeks. Because there are some players in this league that are primarily mid laners, but have gone and rollblocked themselves into bot lane positions. So they can end up. We can have some nice good old throwback perks and bot lane G2 shenanigans with some casters in the bot lane really mixing it up. Now we're going to get into the actual second ban phase, but actual bans will be occurring. Bard being taken away from Brandy Fan, who is still in this match, and the Nautilus taken away from Rue.
Senna ban seems a bit odd when they have the Sivir.
This is the third ban. Senna has been banned throughout this entire match, and I believe it's been primarily against Echo, because I believe Echo has been in here for all 3 matches. Nope, only for the last two. So Brandy Fan's still in the bot lane. Echo sticking around for a second game. Counter for a second game. Lesser in for one game on the evening, and SCK able to come in for their second game. So still, bit of rotation. Morgana taken away. So a lot of support bans, I would feel, tonight.
I mean, it's kind of the only role that you know someone's left open for, unless they're gonna again, you could see like the Viger or the Lissandra support, but
Yeah, and it's very
everything else is
uncertain. It's very uncertain what Oing's going to play for bot lane. The Ezreal's wide open again.
yeah, because they have the Lissandra for this time. I'm not sure if they're that worried about it. Like between Lissandra and Wukong, they can definitely lock him down long enough. Ooh,
Tom Kench coming in. I feel like this is going to be a top lane Tom Kench for some reason. But we will
so,
we will
it
figure that
could
one
be,
out.
It'd be like the Fury mid Gwen jungle.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I forgot about the Gwen here. So this is looking like a support
Kench
Tom Kench
support.
that we don't see too often these days since the Eat became an ultimate ability.
I wonder if that is Viger ADC taking the Tom Kench to pull him to safety. Because typically you take Kench when you have that low mobility ADC you need to get out of there.
And Set's going to be being brought in here. Could be a Set support. That'd be a little crazy. Haven't seen that in a long time, but I believe this is starting to feel like it's going to be Wukong in the jungle being piloted by Lesser and SCK getting this Set into the top lane to deal with the Gwen. Now we got to figure out. We only have one standard AD carry in this so far, and think they need to figure out what the rest of their comp's going to be going. This is a Swain support?
I'm guessing either way that is a very short range comp, but like if they are in your face, you are probably already dead.
Indeed, a lot of lockdown, a lot of ability to just really put some pain on Set, able to be part of the front line and provide that massive punch. Set's a lot of fun. Set is a lot of fun. I'm not even going to lie about it. And then the Swain, I would almost be encouraging whoever's in the support role, if you get a Shirelia's Rever, you're going to really enable the rest of the team to really run them down with a Sivir on top of Shirelia's to just make sure that no one can escape your clutches. Malphite's going to be secured for Zimmy in the top lane. And if we got everything right here, we have the Set topside Wukong in the jungle. That is a Veigar for the AD carry for Shaden for Oing. And Rebecca getting her the Tom Kench. We have ourselves set up for Game 3 to finish out the evening. Jusik, any thoughts on these comps before we go to break?
It's both are kind. I mean, they're both really short range with not a lot of ways to start a fight besides like Wukong and Set. So it's gonna be either a really scrappy game or nothing's gonna happen.
And we will find out when we get back from break. Keep this tab open. We'll see you soon. Square. Both teams have engage option, but like on the side of Donda or Gency, like it's the Malphite and like that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really awkward one. I feel like.
Right. This is what I love about saying like mid laners. So like I'll be bot lane or whatnot, and then what was my count? I think I did have a count for them. Did I build that yet? Not that one. It's not there yet. Dondor Gency has 5 bot laners, 3 mid laners, and Think have 7 mid laners and 5 bot laners and 3 supports. 5 junglers. We're in game 3, final game of the night here between Dondor Gency and Think Rev. Think the expectations, we talked about that. Think Rev Think favored tonight, but Dondor Gency has surprised us and has come on back. Look across the board, you would be correct to see that there is a Veigar in the bot lane, Nefiri in the mid lane, Majnu taking their jungler prowess into the mid lane, Riddy on the Gwen in the jungle. This is, I don't think it's what we were saying actually, or predicting in the draft.
That's what we predicted.
This is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, with that Malphite was the last pick, I believe, yeah. Really,
Yeah, the
really
Viger
went
Tom
things.
Kent is a bit odd, but I mean, I get the theory is, again, you know, you take Tom Kent and you have those really low mobility ADCs you see with, like, Varus, you see with Senna. You'd also see the theory slapping around mid a bit. But
Yeah.
using the only appropriate Nefiri skin, the Glizzies. It's literally called Glizzies.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How dare Riot let certain cultural things penetrate their video game.
Literally a Glizzy dog, and I love him.
Oh, and look at... Oh, that's a good little combo right there. That's a lot of damage here, Wing. He's brought low here. That's a little bit... There's some
That
healing
might be an
there
early
that kept him
teleport coming
alive.
out.
Uh-huh. You cannot get caught by that root pool. Oh, and Root's going to get the other half of it. This is a... I never thought I'd see the day that Sivir paired with any type of support equal to kill lane, but DDG are making me think. A little bit of a strong exchange here. Mid lane Majnu putting the hurt onto counter. But counter with the counter punches. Keeps it close, keeps it even.
Oh, that was
good
a
little
big
buffer there.
haymaker.
Yeah, gotta like that here. Timed it out to receive the turret shots. The big shield caught that. And the true line damage, I think that hit Zimmy.
He is also doing the PTA Ignite tech on the set, getting that extra damage in those haymakers.
Gonna bring some hurt. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Headbang's gonna
It
hit.
procs
Good another
PTA
round.
so fast.
Mm-hmm.
E auto. That's all it is. Or auto E auto, but yeah. That
Still.
extra 12% bonus damage I think it is on the PTA proc. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's extra damage as... Ooh, the pull does miss Viger, but Kent is being hit down chip by bit. Sivir stuck in the David Cage for a little bit.
A lot of aggression coming out of this bot lane here. This Sivir and Swain just really controlling the lane and really putting the hurt on Oing and Rue. This is going to be healing up at base. Going to get some free time here. Maybe a little bit of damage put onto this turret. Rue's going to get caught up on the Rue. Going to have to pop that shield. He uses the heal actually to try to get away from that. This is not what I expected to actually see here. This bot lane situation is very much in favor of DDG. They are putting the hurt onto Oing and Rue right now. Looking at the junglers, can't say there's going to be much happening right for a while. Riddy just want to be farming up on this Gwen and getting items, looking for fights. Would need help from someone else in their lane to be able to get a successful gank off. Zimmy posturing. I think SDK is going to have some problem. He's going to actually flash. I don't think there's going to be any chances there for the cheese will strike, but it's the slam down on the side of Zimmy that will secure first blood. Still, the most aggressive side of the map is the top lane. Taking a look here down the line, CS advantage is over on the Malphite side, and otherwise pretty neutral. Bit of a movement here. Gotta be the root in your counter is gonna make their move, get the kill, 1v1 for Majnu, but Riddy's gonna be able to clean this one up. Has gotten the trade kill. So still
Clean 1-for-1,
not
the
too much
snip
happening.
picking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Always happy to see an ADC picking up a Cole.
Oh yeah,
feel like-
especially
I feel
when
like
it
not a-
scales as well as Sivir does.
Well, Scale's also just not under pressure from a Viger Kench. Like, you can just sit there free-farming for so long.
Oh yeah, we've been seeing them actually just beat up on this Vigar Tom
Oh,
this
yeah.
entire time here. It's been kind of grueling. Oh no, and SCK he's gonna have a problem. He's gonna try to ult out here. The Haymaker still. Oh, there's not much else to be done here. Snip's gonna come on through Riddy with a second kill. This Gwen starting to get a little bit accelerated.
And they were like cooldown from a quick trade in the top side. It's like a 12-second cooldown early game. So he burned it, and they immediately pulled the trigger.
Did their level best and timed it very well. SCK again with a little bit of egg on their face for spinning that, and I don't know if that indicates that DDG just isn't doing a good job of tracking where Riddy is right now. Riddy was actually just mid lane, so, and on the top side of it, feels like there should have been an ability to account for that. And Majnu taking these icicles to the face maybe a little bit more than one would advise.
Yeah, this is a really awkward matchup for the Theory because they can't ever really go in, but they're also outranged for poke. It's quite clear. They have to burn everything just to try to even clear these Qs, but yeah, just that poke back is so much more.
And those Qs do not do the kind of damage you'd want them to do to help you have any amount of wave control. I really feel like at this point Counter is really enjoying and really setting themselves up here. Majnu might be in some trouble here. Counter a little low on mana. Does have the tomb available, and there's that root. The baby cage isn't going to do much. Echo is going to pop his shield just in case, but now root on the wrong side of this exchange. He's going to have to run away. The second root. Brandy fan's going to get themselves a lot of stacks before we get much further here. Majnu trying to get the counter push in, almost gets counter taken down. Running out of mana is a serious concern. Oh, and another catch here. The ultimate is allowed and available. Random Fan does not get the damage on to Rue. So dominance still being held, still being asserted here on the side of DDG. Brandy Fan and Echo, though, cannot get a kill.
No, this is one of the things we were worried about with this Viger Kench bot lane. They just don't really do anything. They don't have the early wave clear. They can't push. They don't have kill pressure. It is, in theory, scaling, but you gotta survive to scale.
They are surviving. They have not died yet. The CS is only 10 down. But
Sure.
there we go. Does not get the W connection onto the stunned Swain. Got it. If you want to actually have some assertions here, you're gonna need to land your spells here, Oing. Yeah, we're getting a slow game here, Dusik. Not a lot going on here.
I'm not too surprised with these comps. Like, in theory, they have the, like, DRG has engaged like Wukong or Sandra, you know, try to wombo combo on top, but at the same time, who are you comboing? The Theory that goes invulnerable, the Viger that gets eaten by a Kench, the full take Malphite, like, there's no one to really wombo onto, and at the same time, they don't need to. Like, they have the Sivir scaling, they have the Wukong instead, like, they're not under pressure to really force anything to happen.
No, if anything, it's on the side of TRT. They do not have the easy scaling of the side of the Sivir. The worst thing about this, how these comps will interact, and it kind of doesn't matter if it's a 5v5 or a skirmish, but if this game goes long enough, or if this Sivir just is allowed to hit that 500 CS, like, win condition, you have four of the 5 champions on the side of Think are melee. And unless they can really do, like, hold on, we got to fight here in the, over by the Gromp. Big knockup's going to come through, but Brandy Fan just going to kind of face tank this situation, keep sucking. The first kill's going to go over. Lesser is down here, going to regret this invade. Echo doing their level best, but Riddy-san's going to be able to get the snip across, take out the 80 carry, but there is a hot pursuit here. Brandy Fan doing their best frontline here, getting the root off, but that baby cage will prevent them from running away. Riddy with their 4th kill. We are 10 minutes in, and this Gwen might be going nuclear.
Yeah, importantly, before that further fight, Radiant got in their full Dusk and Dawn while everyone else is just on components, and I think we saw that big difference there. Getting those extra on-hit autos, and importantly, with the new season update, it does have that heal when you proc Dusk and Dawn now, so that's extra little bit of sustain. Just give them everything Gwen needs in the champion.
Yeah, this Dusk Till Dawn item, I've seen it a bit when I've played some games, just for like some really good on-hit builds, trying to figure out if it works very well on a Kale or whatnot, the hyperscaler of hyperscalers.
I think it should work on a Kale pretty well.
Oh yeah, with an on-hit build, it really takes off really well. Like Gency's Rage Blade, double up, or getting I forget the name of that that on-hit bow and arrow item that's like light and darkness, where it's like
Terminus.
yes, and it's like I will become tankier and more damagey as I keep attacking. So if you let me attack this minion wave before we start a fight, I'm gonna be supercharged. I'm appreciating some of these things because it really makes me rethink like how to build 80 carries like Vayne or something like that, because Vayne ends up, you almost want to build kind of an on-hit build for at least the Gency's Rage Blade into, you know, a Bork. Not that there's a Vayne in this game.
The proto belt forward. I'm so glad we're seeing more protocol tech coming back out again.
Ooh, ultimate going to be acquired. The tomb's going to be put down on the counter themselves to try to buy some time. There's not much else to be done. They're going to flash bot side with it. They're going to be running. Looks like there's been enough of a AFK signal from the bot lane. The Swain and Sivir going up to try to help out their mid laner. But that push will be acquired by Majnu, and we'll be able to get at least one turret plate before exiting stage left. Combo going out here. They're not going to really get much damage here. The Q doesn't even get past the second minion by design. Rue trying to tank up as much as they can, but there's not any counter damage coming in really from the Veigar. A bit of a wasted use of their HP there. And SDK super low top side. And a little tensious here on the Rift, Deucey.
Yeah, they saw the Gwen and they decided they had to get away. Like, the Gwen is still a menace. Importantly, like I said, in the top side, this Malphite is just running this top lane, like, uncontested, realistically.
It's really surprising, I think, for a lot of people to realize how much damage Malphite does if you just let him... Oh, man, Lesser's gonna find... No? Somersaulting Doggo escapes attack from Monkey in the River. That's actually an old Chinese proverb.
Very wise.
Oh, always. Always. Can't help but be... But the amount of damage that can come out of a Malphite if you really want to trade into them, and you're an 80 champion, like said, the trade-off just isn't really going to be there. The level of defensive and ability to handle physical damage with a Malphite is really just not conscionable. We saw it in the last match where Striker Jones was in on the Tryndamere, but SCK was on the Malphite, and there just came a certain point where the Malphite was just slapping Tryndamere in the face because the wave clear difference was really, really potent, really loud, really not able to be dealt with.
Just having to rush that Black Cleaver just to try to have anything to do back in these trades. Even with that, Malphite probably, what, about 250 armor at this point, so you're shredding 30%, you're shredding 60, pushing down to 190. Oh no.
Yeah, it's... Sorry, I don't know the full play out of the numbers here, but it's not going to exactly be securing any great damage. We're seeing it right now. The true damage is the only thing really hurting him. SCK is not going to... Can I get some slaps in here? Yep. A little bit at a time here, but the mountain will push the man away. Now, I'm looking at the objectives here right now, Dusik, and it looks like there's been just a secret trading of the dragons on either side. Looks like the two grubs were... Oh, and the tomb's going to capture Majnu. It's going to be able to somersault away once again. This is a little bit of help. Swain trying to get some assist. Slows down Majnu just long enough. Lesser dives in, gets their first kill of the map. And now we're having a 2v3 here right now here. Echo and Granny in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna have to bring out the Crow mode, and it's not gonna be enough here. Really unstoppable here with their 5th kill. A 1.6k gold lead has sprung up here between the junglers here. Lesser has fallen behind, and Riddy is very much ahead.
Oh, the flash forward pulls him back, but unstoppable force away the ignite ticking.
Oh, I think it's going down here.
Last
3 ticks,
tick.
and that will be it. I did not know fire could melt stone that easily, but SCK will get their redemption moment, and it's a feel-good thing, but the wave was kind of already pushed in underneath SCK's tower. There's not really much to really be reacquired here. It's going to get at least one turret plate and get some damage, but Zimmy's going to be able to teleport back in, and then we're back to neutral. It's the real play out with both of these top lanes is going to be what value do you provide when we start getting into team fights and skirmishes right now. The dead Malphite means that DDG actually get a free push. They're going to get the Herald. So this is kind of going into what I was talking about before. We have a even split on dragons, but it's been such a quiet game that it feels like these teams are handshaking as objectives are traded.
Again, that was Sat burning literally everything just to get the kill. Well, I mean, yeah, you got the kill, you got the plate, but okay, now it's back to where Malphite can just slap you around.
Ooh, Counter's gonna lock down the dog, chase him to the ends of the earth here. Gonna try to get the last bit of damage on. Rid is gonna be able to there snip up the last little strings of that engage. Zimmy looking for some proxing, trying to assert some dominance here. Lesser, this is not your jungle right now. Yeah.
Yeah, Wukong just feels kind of homeless at this point. He can't go top, he can't go mid, his jungle's being invaded constantly, his bot lane's starting to get pushed in by the Vigraton Cannon. It's like...
Ooh, and this is going to be a rough situation for Zimmy to be in. Unstoppable Force is available as well as Flash. If they can find themselves a few walls to jump across, they're going to set up Riddy, it looks like.
Care.
He is unconcerned here. Zimmy trying to bait it in, trying to be like, hey, come get me. I'm tasty. I'm unhealthy. But DDG, they're wise to it. They do not chase him too much further. 30 seconds till the next Drake comes up. I'm curious to see. I would like to think that these teams would want to start moving themselves out and about and around this next Drake.
Oh my gosh, Gwen just full picks up a death cap. That is scary.
That's a flex right there. That is a flex right there.
No Nasher's Tooth, no Riftmaker, nah. Death cap.
These Needles Unbound are going to really hurt. Root's actually going to get the back line there, so Zimmy not going to be controlled and moved around too much yet. I'm trying to get some trading on to SDK to dissuade this dive. I don't know. I know it's the damage on the side of Branny is going to be AP. It's going to be really much more penetrative and do a lot more. It's going to hit. Ruse arrived in mid lane, trying to set up something, trying to get a hit. Counter's going to dash over the wall with their claws. This turret's going down.
They get the top tower, but at what cost? They might lose their mid tier 2 at this rate.
Yeah, this is not exactly the best exchange we were looking for. The mid tier 1 gone, and now the mid tier 2, it's going to be gone as well here. This is going to be another securing of an advantage on the side of tier 2. They're going for a fight here. DDG looking for what they need. Riddy going off here. The Needles Unbound getting a lot done, but this combo counter of this Wukong and this Swain just flattened TRT. They overreached. They overstayed to try to secure that turret, and it set up DDG to come in and wipe them clean, provide that wombo combo, counter going in, rooting down everyone, Lesser coming in to knock up everyone, and then Branny Fam just being in the middle of it, being an explosive Crow Man, really might have actually swung this game back into Dondor Gency's favor.
There's a lot of gold going towards Swain. What was it? I think about 2,000 gold from those 3 kills because it was 1k shutdown on the Gwen. Gets the full Rylai's, almost gets the full Spirit Massage on top of it. So now he's not just support, he is a secondary threat now once he has his ult back up.
Yeah, the amount of damage coming out of the support will be something to look for when we get further into this game. Gold advantage right now is over into, still on Riddy's side, but it is tightening up as Dondor Gency makes some of these counter plays. Oh, and Majin looking for a fight, but Counter just really sidestepping him and really making him look a fool. And Bray's going to be able to come in, root him, and lightning strikes down. Majnu embarrassed there in the bot lane.
And again, it's just more gold going towards this Swain. He has the most kills on his team.
This is some solo queue and gold rank kind of activity here. I used to do this with LeBlanc and or Swain, where you just end up really playing for kills and even maybe taking some CS from your AD carry if they don't secure the cannon minion like they're supposed to. Really trying to get something done here. It's kind of being run around here, counter lasting a lot longer than he should have. Lesser getting the knockups with this Gwen is not going anywhere. Brand doing what he can. He's gonna be able to get the ult off, but he does it when he's outside of Riddy's zone, so the damage doesn't even penetrate, doesn't even hit. That's a 4 for nothing in favor of Think Rev Think.
And every sees the power of this raw damage on the Gwen with that fully stacked Conqueror. You think she's dead, but just that little bit of healing from her, the Conqueror, her passive, the Duskman Dawn, just keeps her alive that little bit longer than you're expecting if you don't full send onto her.
Might have a chance, but they're gonna need to play to figure out how they want to CC lock this up, and that's gonna be really hard. That zone that Gwen provides is one of the tankiest abilities in the game, because unless you're in there with her, you can't touch her. Similar to the Xin Zhao ultimate, just not attached to the body. Minute 27 till we get to the next Drake. We'll put this into TRT's favor right now. They've got themselves some wards there around the dragon side of the river. Dondor Gency not really figuring out what their counterplay is going to be, it feels like.
Dragon spawning in 1 minute, most likely into the next fight we go over, because I don't think any team's going to be brave enough to start the Baron right now.
No, and I don't believe that they have the damage. Sivir will become a very good damage source to melt this Baron and really threaten that steal. But right now, 2-item Sivir, 0, 4, and 3 with, behind on CS. Gold lead is on the Veigar side, surprisingly, after how that lane began. So, yeah, on the back foot. Oh, this is where we danced earlier.
Yep.
A little bit of a tangle.
Something, but
yeah,
we're seeing that range difference come in again.
Yep, and you're going to need to dance with all 4 paws if you want to dodge these icicles. This is where it's kind of crazy. SDK gets their entire PTA build up and almost has a full spell rotation and doesn't even get through that shield on the Malphite. This is not good news for DDG. And now there's a Baron being started.
Yeah, they spotted Lesser on a ward. So they said, screw it, you can take the dragon, we'll take the Baron.
And that's a pretty good trade here right now. That's going to be second dragon secured on the side of DDG. But now, Think Rev Think, they have Baron for the next 3 minutes, and there is still plenty of map control to be acquired here.
Importantly, that's the one thing their comp's really missing. Like, they have all this damage, they have all this threat with the Gwen, the Viger, the Malphite. But it's very hard for them to siege, so getting these Baron-empowered minions gives them that one tool they're really missing.
Now we get to see if they're going to be able to actually acquire any of these outer turrets, or they're going to release. Looks like they're going to be indexing a lot of their resources. They want to try to get this inhibitor down. Rue's going to be forced to flash out. The baby cage almost catching them, but that is a major cooldown removed from this situation. It's probably going to be back by the time the next wave occurs. Nefiri Malphite, they might be trying to sync up these waves, but there's about to be 3 lanes of pressure, making DDG having to decide where they want to go and how they want to answer these problems.
They're going to pull the trigger and try to force a fight here.
Lester's gone on in, and now that's a 4-stack piece. Root is down and gone here. Oing going away as well. This fight is actually a very good pick here on the side of Dondor Gency, and they're running on through here. Majdi gonna have to run away, but he's gonna get ripped and pulled back by Branny. He's gonna tries to get Echo as a parting gift, but Lesser will have made a fantastic call here. The team captain coming in there with the side flank with the Wukong, and it just absolutely sets up and knocks down everybody. Riddy Oing and Rue here trying to hold out the siege, but jumps right onto the Veigar. The baby cage was not available, as we pointed out. It comes up just then, just now, and gets one counter kill onto the Lissandra. But the rest is history. And at that point, everyone else needs to run for the hills. Majnu actually got taken down after that fight. So that is another loss on the side of Think Rev Think.
Really importantly throughout that fight, counter flashed forward with the Proto to get inside of Riddy's field to get the ult on the Gwen, getting that little bit of more time for the rest of the team to follow up. And that's all they need, that little extra time to get the Wukong in there, get the Swain on top of them, and get that Sivir free firing. Because once they're set up, it's very hard to get through that front line.
Indeed. Lots of tanking, lots of abilities available to mitigate anything that the opposing team want to do here. This Malphite, Zimmy, you might have got yourself a little bit too far. There's a bit of help here. Rue has arrived, but I don't think you're going to be able to eat the rock before they get taken down. The shutdown goes over to counter. Now the ultimate trying to run away here. Riddy looking for a fight, trying to get themselves in. Lesser's going to be forced to ultimate, but this Riddy is going to get set up. I don't think the Tomb really was able to do what it wanted to do last time. And now SDK, he's going to miss his Hailmaker. Now trying to run away. Branny just holding the front line, healing up a lot. The Spirit Visage doing overtime. This ultimate is going to last forever. They need to figure out when they want to leave. There's going to be another explosion from the side of Branny Van. He is trying to frontline and chase down all of TDR, and the Rylai is slowing them. The baby cage, it might have actually pulled. Branny Van will be exploded, will be taken out. Riddy, Majnu, they extend the fight for so long. They just bait them out, running them like dogs on a leash down the lane. And now TRT with some map control.
Such a good fight from both sides. Kensho, you saw they're pulling Riddy out of the Haymaker from the set last second with the ultimate. And like I said, this entire fight is just Swain with that Rylai's playing on that range, keeping them, forcing this fight to keep going. Veigar flashes the root at the last second, and they keep chasing, they keep taking, they think they're going to get him. Baby Cage buys them a little bit of time, and finally they get enough damage. Veigar hits the funny button, it just deletes Branny.
Yeah, it was all about getting that Swain low enough that the execution damage was going to come through from the Veigar. That's why it just took so long. With these fights, they're close. 4K Goldie on the side of TRT, but you couldn't say that's how it actually is going with how that last fight went.
No,
Riddy and them are going to have to play on the edges to even make these work.
I mean, that gold lead is still mostly on the Gwen, so if she doesn't make that high impact, that gold lead does not exist.
And next major fight could be happening like right now. 30 seconds till the next Drake is up. Oing just finishing their echoes. But we have 3 members of Dondor Gency here topside looking for a play, looking for a trap. SDK going to come up to answer Counter's push of the minion wave and catch that. This feels like a very interesting trading of priorities. Dondor Gency looking for maybe trying to get a kill onto this Malphite, but he's going to be able to clear the wave so fast. I feel like this is actually a very poor play, a poor bit of decision making on the side of Dondor Gency as a team. There's not much else to sort of be done here. Zimmy just needs to run away and just not die. The dragon's being taken.
Yeah. I mean, you gave up dragon for a potential pick on a Malphite. And Kench just says, nope, that's funny.
Gulp and run away. SCK trying to get something back on the other side of the map, but he's going to be caught out and snipped up, cut down here. This is kind of falling apart here on the side of DDG. The play topside was not the play of interest. Malphite saved by Rue, able to keep that unstoppable force for like the next fight. Really pushing in, asserting themselves. That zone is not going to protect them from the tower damage, but oh, now we're about to have a run them down. But they don't commit. That's a couple ultimates used there, especially their main engage option. Unless counter is there, DDG don't really have an easy ability to engage on to TRT. The ultimate from the Sivir from Echo is a decent idea, but there's nothing else that's really going to be there sticking. Lesser has to get a flank, or Brandy has to be able to get a root, get the ult off, and get close enough that the slow is going to be able to, enable the team to follow up on, do anything.
And now with them knowing they have a little bit of extra free time, they're going to immediately run towards Baron, and Gritty just melts it so fast that maxes that health damage on the Gwen autos.
Yeah, we don't have an AD carry, but we do have a Gwen. This could be second Baron acquired here by TRT. Let's see if they can use this one a bit better. They had a negative 900 gold lead by the end of the last Baron because of how that fight by the tier 2 mid lane had concluded. So this is going to be maybe a make or break situation right now. 263 CS on the side of the Sivir. Still working on getting that fourth item going, but this Sivir is going to be a problem. And unless TRT really starts shutting this down, oh, that's some really big damage here. Counter doing what the best they can, trying to get the really secured, knocked up. SCK, they've gone themselves maybe a bit too deep as well here. Big engage here. Oin going to be able to destroy Counter across the wall. Another fight and really on a rampage. Running through the set, gonna emote on them. It's gonna get rooted and cleared up, but uses the Zanyas. That's how far ahead they are.
Yeah, they didn't know what was coming out over the wall. Better to take them sorry. As he says, no, screw saving sorry. They're just committing to the dive.
Oh, the ultimate Sulfur Force comes on in here. This is going to have to flash away, but this might actually be the end here. And Nefir's going to get knocked up while trying to jump on in with their dog as Brandy, once again, being the front line damage. It's going to get the pullback here. The Veigar in a bit of trouble here. It's going to have to flash out of the baby cage. The execute funny button is not funny enough to murder Brandy fan, but they're going to keep pushing through here. Low health bars are starting to show up. I'm not sure if there's much else to be done here. I might be thinking about that the Sivir is going to help win this game. The knockup's not going to secure, but the Nexus is exposed. It's going down here. TRT secure their second win. Keep their roll going, putting themselves at a 9-6 record in just match record inside of week 3 here. And Dondor Gency, they do fall. This is how I expected this to go. Game 2 was an anomaly, but think Rev think. They pull it out, and Riddy goes off on this Gwen.
I mean, we saw some good team fighting near the end game with those great wombo combos, but they just couldn't find a second one. They couldn't find that second full engage. And, like, when you're trying to skirmish against a Gwen who is that fed against the Viger, it's just such a pain. You need that hard engage.
Yeah, needed a lot of lockdown, needed to wait out the zone of invulnerability that Gwen will put out. And I can't say that much else really worked out on the side of Dondor Gency. The set, irrelevant in these fights. The Wukong got the one flank off, Lesser with a great call there. The standout was between Benny and Counter doing the best they could in their respective locations. It just wasn't enough.
No, it was a good try, but it just wasn't enough damage at the end.
So that will conclude the matches for tonight, for at least what we'll be streaming here on week 3, day 1. You can tune in tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be having the Gassy Chuds versus the Lashback Foundation number 4 versus number 8 for how the rankings started this week. Gassy Chuds with a 6-6, trying to figure out if they're going to be on the top or on the bottom in their win-loss record. Lashback Foundation down at a 5-7, a little under the weather for where they want to be. So captains Handy Taco and Tony facing off tomorrow. Do not miss it. We will see you there.